guys, Pavitra this side, joining you guys from Bangalore. In this video, I am going to talk to you about a couple of books that I read recently. It's based on mythology and on a single character. So the book's names, wait, I'll just show you. So first one is this one, Sita by Amish Tripathi. Okay, the warrior of Mithila, Amish Tripathi. This is the second book in the series. And the other one is this one, The Liberation of Sita by an author called Volga. So both are based on Sita actually. So let me just give you a brief about my reading habits with respect to mythology. I don't read many mythology books, but yeah, I do enjoy them. So every year I try and read at least one book based on Mahabharata or Ramayana. So how these books are designed are like, there are 4 books in the series of Ramchandra. The first one is Skyne of Ikshvaku. So basically that's Ramayana from the point of view of Ram, which is like any other normal book, but it was really good reading it. A lot of different perspectives coming out of it, a lot of different plots which are not available in other books of Ramayana. It starts from the time, from childhood of Ram till the time Sita gets kidnapped. And the second book is Sita, warrior of Mithila. So that's basically Ramayana from Sita's point of view. So from her childhood till the time she gets kidnapped. The third book will be based on Ravan's life, and that will be released probably in the next couple of years. And the fourth one will... all 3 books will be merging together, and the fourth one will start where Sita was kidnapped, and from there on it will take off. So that's about it. Now coming to this one, Sita, warrior of Mithila, like I said, it's basically her story, Sita's story. So it's kind of very different from the normal Ramayana versions which we would have read earlier or heard earlier, because it's completely from Sita's point of view. And this book is like kind of really good because I really enjoyed it, because it shows how strong her character is, how strong Sita is, what is her personality like, how she was brought up, and her family background, and everything from her point of view. And she is so talented that I'm just going to give you some spoilers actually. There is this group of Malay Putras and Vayaputras who try to appoint a Vishnu, the next Vishnu, and when it comes to discussion of next Vishnu, Sita's guru tries and or decides that Sita is going to be the next Vishnu who's going to lead India. So she is that strong a character, and the kind of support she gives for Ram is like really, really good. So that's about the book. I would, in fact, in the end, there is also a twist in the plot in the end. There are a couple of characters in the book which are not there in other Ramayana versions. Basically, Sita's sister, Urmila, there's a brief description about her. Sita's friends in Mithila, where she's brought up in her town, there is another female friend of hers, her character, Samichi. It's like very nicely described. So yeah, it's kind of very good to bring a different person's perspective into Ramayana. That's what I enjoyed the most about this. So the next book I'm going to talk about is Liberation of Sita by Volga. This is basically a translation from a Telugu book. So this book primarily talks about Sita's life after she is rescued from Lanka. So this is about her encounters with 4 characters who are not brought about in a significant manner in Ramayana. That is Urmila, Sita's sister, Shurpanaga, Ravan's sister, and 2 other characters called Renuka and of course Ahalya. So this is about her conversations with them, her encounters with them, and how these conversations kind of shape her in difficult times after she has left Ram, after she has left Ayodhya, and how it kind of helps her liberate from Ram and from her sons and from this world. So that's about it. And I would like to read a couple of pages for you from the book which I really like. So this is like conversation between Renuka and Sita. Renuka is basically Indra's wife, and she kind of sleeps with someone else who disguises to be Indra, like her husband. And when Indra comes to know about this, he orders one of his sons to murder her. And Parashuram, one of his sons, kind of tries to murder her. He starts cutting her, slicing her neck. And then by then, when he's like halfway through, by then what happens is Indra's anger kind of abates and he stops, and she recovers from this, and she's abandoned. She recovers, and then she starts another ashram where she does sculpture work and teaches others as well. So when Sita encounters Renuka, this is how the conversation goes. Renuka gives a bit of an advice to her. A woman thinks she doesn't have a world other than that of her husband's. True, but someday that very husband will tell her that there is no place for her in his world. Then what's left for her? She thinks giving birth to sons is the ultimate goal of her life. But those sons become heirs to their father, and even before we realize it, they leave her hands and go under the wings of their father. They submit to his authority, or they begin to legislate our lives. Why bear such sons? Nobody will experience this as harshly as I have. Having realized this bitter truth, isn't it my responsibility to share it with other women? But you Brahmins give no value for my words anyway. I teach my skills to people of different tribes in this forest and give them the essence of my experience. Sita asks, but what would creation come to an end if there is no bond of marriage? To which Renuka replies, why would it come to an end, Sita? Many creatures take birth and grow in this forest. They have no marital bonds, do they? There are people of different tribes whose customs are different from yours. And Sita asks again, does that mean human beings should live like animals, uncivilized? And Renuka replies, why do you look down upon animals, Sita? We should love animals and nature. We should worship them. We should befriend them. That's the duty of humans. Ignoring that basic duty, you think what is written in books is civilization? Is that right? You have come to this forest from the city. Why insist so much on the civilization of the cities? Isn't nature the best teacher? I don't understand your words. I feel they'll cause harm to women. They certainly won't. When a child belongs to its mother, there is no harm in that. A situation where children ask their mother who their father is, or where a husband asks his wife who fathered her children, comes only in the lives of some women, Sita. Think of the predicament of those women and you will understand my words. So Sita replies, just because something happened to someone somewhere, should people remain without marrying and bear children outside wedlock? Does it happen anywhere? Is that a good conduct? Asked Sita recently. I don't know if it is good conduct or not. I speak of what I know. It is only through experience that one understands the truth. And whatever you understand, you tell others. Your truth and mine are not the same. Perhaps not. As you see more of the world, you may understand the truth of my words too. So Sita kind of leaves the discussion after this, but this discussion I found it like so intense. I mean, someone is questioning the basic institution of marriage, the basic institution of bearing children, because Renuka, when she has gone through all of this, she realizes that she's not given any importance in her husband's life, in her son's lives. And a similar thing happens with Sita when she gets abandoned by Ram, and at a later point of time, her sons, Love and Kush, start craving or start yearning to meet their father. So she encounters a similar situation, and that's when she recalls this conversation that she had with Renuka and how it kind of shapes her going forward. Even Urmila's story is like kind of really intense, but I'm not gonna read from their conversation. I would urge each of you to read the book. So I would give this book about like you would say about 3 out of 5. And this one definitely a 3.5 out of 5 because there's a different perspective to Ramayana altogether. Yeah. So happy reading, guys. Happy reading both these books, and let me know what you felt about these books. Put it in the comments below. And till I read some more books and come back with a new video. Chalo, bye. Happy reading.